Hello and welcome to another edition of Eye on Port. This program is proudly brought to you by the Ghana Community Network Services, Ghana Revenue Authority, West Blue Consulting, Goyle Company Limited, as well as Serene Insurance. Our media partner is the Business and Financial Times. Folks, the country is currently observing a period of restricted movements in the Greater Accra region as well as some parts of the Ashanti region. But some areas of work, including the port, has been exempted from this restriction. The Director General of the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, in efforts to assess the level of compliance by port users to health and safety protocols, has decided to continue his random inspections in the port's operational areas.
The Director General of the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, Michael Luguji, has conducted another random inspection in operational areas within the Tema Port. The move is to encourage staff and port users in the midst of the current temporary restrictions on non-essential works and movements nationwide. DG's visit also seeks to ensure workers and stakeholders who have business to do in the port continue to observe health and safety protocols towards the prevention of spread and importation of coronavirus. The DG of GPHA visited the Revenue Center, Transit Terminal, the Golden Jubilee Terminal and the main harbour, which are generally the areas that experience the most human traffic. The DG first inspected the level of social distancing observed among workers and port users while conducting their duties, as well as solicit from the various managers challenges that are being faced in their efforts to ensure a secured and safe working atmosphere at the port amid the current predicament. Currently, the state is observing restrictions on movements and jobs or operations that are not considered critical or essential in the Greater Accra region and some parts of the Ashanti region, following a directive by the President Nana Akufo-Addo to enhance government's efforts to contain the spread of coronavirus in Ghana. However, the ports of Ghana are considered essential and expected to be in operation during the period of the temporary restriction on movements and work due to the significant role the ports plays to ensure continuity in the economic life of the country.
The International Maritime Hospital is encouraging the general public to take advantage of its telemedicine services during this period of the prevention of the spread of COVID-19.
With the aim to prevent the spread of coronavirus while continuing to provide efficient healthcare for its customers, the International Maritime Hospital is encouraging the general public, especially prospective clients, to take advantage of its telemedicine program. According to the head of clinical services of the International Maritime Hospital, its telemedicine procedures allows both existing clients and potential clients of the hospital to consult doctors via the internet, where they can even take delivery of medications in cases where they are not necessarily required to be physically present at the hospital.
The good thing is that because it is a video consultation, so we can actually see you, we can send you prescriptions. We also have the added service where if you want us to deliver medications to you, we would actually deliver in Tema and Accra.
This, she explained, is in the vein of ensuring IMaH reduces the human traffic at the hospital to the barest minimum while continuing to make healthcare readily available within the current circumstances of ensuring physical distancing among people. She said in completing this initiative, the International Maritime Hospital has deployed the standard measures of screening at the entry and exit points of the hospital, providing soaps and running water, hand sanitizers at vantage points in the hospital's facilities, as well as observing strict social distancing among staff, clients and patients.
So for visitors, we are having visitor restrictions, and we're saying that for those who are inpatient, you don't have more than 2 visitors. We've restricted it to 2 visitors, so you have the same 2 people coming to visit you all the time.
Dr. Helen Tete also revealed that her outfit is encouraging the proper use of nose masks, which have been identified as critical towards the prevention of the spread of the coronavirus.
The whole thing is that once you are using this, you shouldn't touch this part. You shouldn't touch your face. All the time you have it on. And then when you're taking it off again, you shouldn't touch this. This part is a clean part, so you take it out in that way. The worst part is when you see people do this in town. You see them, they have tried this, and this thing is hanging there like that. That is really horrible.
One may call or WhatsApp the International Maritime Hospital on 055 222 2290 to access the telemedicine service or for further enquiries.
So we continue our discussions on coronavirus related issues. And today we are looking at how the current temporary restrictions in the country has affected the port industry in Ghana. We engaged the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, the Customs Division of GRA, the Ship Owners and Agents Association of Ghana, as well as the Association of Custom House Agents of Ghana, who all gave accounts of their experiences during this period of restrictions.
Players in Ghana's ports and maritime industry have stated that the current restriction due to the prevention of the spread of the coronavirus presents an opportunity for the industry to deepen its paperless system in the port clearance chain.
I think this has been a very good lesson for all of us. Hitherto, we always would want to be working on site. It has given us a test of time to be able to look at how we can polish our paperless system.
I think this is a very good time and an opportune time for us to deepen the paperless process. Okay. And then we have to look at, review all our processes also.
Speaking on Iron Ports panel discussion on effects of the temporary restrictions on port clearance operations in Ghana, representatives of key agencies in Ghana's port clearance chain, including the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, the Customs Division of GRA, the Association of Customs House Agents of Ghana, and the Ship Owners and Agents Association of Ghana, all acknowledged the value of having a paperless system in the port and outlined how their various outfits are currently making use of electronic platforms in their transactions and operations.
Paperless is more important to us even more than ever.
I see.
Yes, now you can.
And it's been useful so far.
It's been useful, very, very useful. You can easily sit in the comfort of your home and do all the processing.
Like you know, when the paperless process started, we took it quite seriously. And prior to that, even we had a few of our activities also on the e-platform. So, to the best of my knowledge and to the best of the ability of the shipping lines, we have continued with that skeleton staff.
The industry players, however, did not fail to concede that there has been a general reduction in cargo volumes in the first quarter of the year, citing the coronavirus pandemic as a major factor.
The numbers, I would say, it's just okay, because don't forget that prior to the lockdown, the shipping lines have generally been impacted, especially from Asia. You know, the Chinese New Year.
The representatives of the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, as well as the Customs Division of GRA, who are the lead institutions in the port community, revealed that currently their outfits are issuing temporary permits to individuals and companies who have critical business to do in the port in order to ensure there is significant reduction of people who operate within the port environment, although port operations are exempted from the current restrictions on movements in Ghana.
So what we have put in place is that we've put a template on our website for the various category of port users. So what we want people to do, or what we have asked them to do, is you go to that site. If you have work to do, you download your area of operations, and then you have certain areas to complete for us to enable us access.
When it comes to examination per se, we need the physical presence of agents or the owner to come so that containers will be open. And therefore, the pass enables us to know those who have work to do at the port.
But Yao Che, president of the Association of Customs House Agents of Ghana, while commending the initiative, also pointed out some flaws in the temporary permit system, especially on the part of customs, including how insufficient the number of passes has been for members of his outfit to conduct business smoothly, among other things.
First ones he gave it were only for 2 days. Now the issue is that, how do I move away from my house to the port to work? And he gave only 2 or so for every company. 2 for every company. Let's assume you have 5 or 6 containers even to clear.
Okay.
You need about 2 or 3 operational staff to do that. Okay.
He even indicated that the rush period to obtain these passes created a level of disorder at the customs long room in Tema, which according to him defeated the concept of social distancing altogether. He revealed that his outfit would have preferred to continue to use their agency cards and permanent port access cards to work, since there are sufficient identifications for them to work with. According to him, this would avoid all the inefficiencies associated with the new temporary pass systems.
We have the various association ID cards, we have GPHA ID card, and we have MPS ID cards. Of course, even these are even biometric. So we thought that they were a bit more authentic, and ours too was a backup for these ID cards. So we were discussing with them that, why don't you allow us to move from our various homes with these ID cards to the operational areas.
The president of ACHAC emphasized that such challenges emerge from the mistake of not including freight forwarders in the decision-making process of contingencies during this period of coronavirus prevention. He called for some revision of the decisions to properly cover freight forwarders who form a critical part of the port clearance processes.
The problem was that when all these things initially, when they were planning, freight forwarders were all excluded. We were never involved in these things. But we believe that when some of these problems come up, let us all come together. Let us sit down and draw a master plan for implementation. Immediately, some of us are excluded. The implementation becomes very difficult because we play a very, very, very critical role in these the processes. Without us, government revenue would definitely suffer.
The Tema Sector Commander of Customs disagreed with Yauche's submission, saying the current measures are sufficient as the ultimate goal is to reduce human physical presence at the port as much as possible.
You have to go beyond the limit that has been given to me. These are all checks to reduce movement of people, so that people can lock down in their home. It is only to those who have work to do at the port.
Addressing the issue of the distance of some port users to his office to obtain these permits, he clarified that these permits can be issued to port users who have legitimate business to do during this period of restricted movement at every sector commander's office countrywide.
So if we are somewhere, just go to the customs office. The sector commander will look at your case, your situation, issue with a pass so that you can come and take the pass.
He also called on security agencies, including the police and military, regulating movements on the various corridors in the country to grant access to those with permits, and that includes trucks cutting goods to transit destinations.
I'm also pleading with the security checkpoints that when goods are moving, they should not stop, because the way bill is there. They have cleared the goods from the port. Yeah. The goods must get to the owners. They should allow goods to move because they have the way bill.
Gavin Amavi, the corporate monitoring manager of the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, revealed that due to its certification with the International Organization of Standardization, GPHA quickly activated its emergency response procedures as soon as the authority got news of the COVID-19 pandemic. The corporate monitoring manager of GPHA disclosed that crew changeovers at Ghana's ports are currently experiencing strict restrictions to avoid the importation of coronavirus into the country.
The last time the Filipinos were handed over to our port security manager to make sure that they go straight on board.
From the airport?
The airport.
Okay.
So when they embark and they sign on, what we expect is that unless you are Ghanaian,
Adam Imo-Rayana, a council member of the Ship Owners and Agents Association, said considerations would be made on a case-by-case basis by the various shipping lines so that some importers would not take undue advantage of demurrage waivers. He therefore encouraged clients to be in effective, constant communications with the shipping lines when they face difficulties in clearing their cargoes.
For whatever reason, your client end of the supply chain cannot receive the goods.
Yeah.
It's imperative that either your client, the importer, makes contact with the shipping line and inform them of their difficulties.
Okay.
So that when all this is over and we are talking about demurrage or whatever charges, we can come to an amicable an acceptable solution for all.
The industry players collectively urged all port users to abide by health and security protocols and make use of paperless systems at their disposal to transact business while the country strives to fight the spread of the coronavirus.
So the industry players are encouraging all port users to make good use of the paperless systems available to transact their businesses during this period of restricted movements. Eye on Port returns after this break.
Here's innovation from Goyle that takes you further. New Goyle Super Synthetic 5W20 and 5W30 lubes have been expertly crafted with the latest in liquid engineering technology, highly advanced for modern engines, prolongs oil change intervals, save you fuel, clean, protect and enhance engine performance. The way engines work has become complex, and Goyle has innovated to stay ahead. Expertly crafted lubricants that work excellently with all petrol and diesel engines of today. New Goyle Super Synthetic 5W20 and 5W30 lubes. Innovation that takes you further. Goyle. Good energy.
Dear valued client, the Ghana Trade Hub mobile app is now live to make it easy to track your consignment and know the estimated duty payable for both general goods and used vehicles. We are pleased to inform you that the Ghana Trade Hub mobile app is available for download on Google Play Store for Android users and the App Store for Apple users. The Ghana Trading Hub mobile app is now live. Download and never be cheated. This is powered by the Smart Ports project under the auspices of the Government of Ghana and the Ghana Revenue Authority. Smart Port, improving Ghana's ease of doing business.
Electricity, then pay your taxes. Yeah. Our taxes, our future.
Because you see, without our taxes, we wouldn't have good roads, good schools, better hospitals, street lights, and other very important social amenities. When we pay our taxes, we give our children free and quality education. Talga, my money too small. Why should I pay my tax? Look, small. Salifo, it doesn't matter how small or big your business or income is. You still have to pay your taxes. The little taxes from each and every one of us, when put together, could give your community clean water or that deprived school with tables and chairs. Please pay your taxes. It is your responsibility. It is your civic duty. It is the law.
Oh, how are you?
Hi Yvonne, a few words please. Everyone is talking about the fire at your production house last week. How are you holding up? Has production stalled?
No, not at all. My crew and everyone on my set is perfectly fine because I insure with Serene Insurance. As a matter of fact, I've had all my equipment replaced, including the vehicles that were affected. My workers have been sorted out. Even my production downtime has been covered. So it's all good. I have a meeting to attend to, so I have to get going. Sorry about that.
Which insurance company did you mention?
Serene Insurance, the new face of insurance, a member of First Sky Group.
Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, GPHA, has stopped the issuance of manual toll for Terminal 3 and Golden Jubilee Terminal since Friday 13th March 2020. We urge all drivers and owners who have not yet processed their cards to do so. GT Bank has mounted a stand at GJT to issue cards to truck drivers or owners who do not have cards. Kindly come along with a valid national ID and a passport picture for the registration. These cards are being issued for free and can be uploaded at any GT Bank. For further enquiries, please call 057 609 6178 or 057 323 2384. Welcome back. Some local news and activities happening around Ghana's port and maritime industry next.
The minority in Ghana's parliament has keged against the replacement of GCNet and West Blue systems with the UNIPASS technology by Ghana Link. Emmanuel Amakofibua, the member of parliament for Elembele constituency, questioned the legitimacy of the processes leading to contracting the new company that is expected to handle the new government customs management reforms.
company international business ejuma kesi say we follow your procurement emrano ye hwe ni nyina no procurement law bia omo follow omo ye sole source
He questioned the reliability of the UNIPASS technology which government has contracted for the new customs management reforms.
Companies now omumbra no momesisa GCNet West Blue no omo track record nye omo adwuma omo nimbi in fact omo sheda nye adwuma bi.
Emmanuel Amakofibua also stated the financial consequences of terminating contract with existing service providers.
Agreement that binding on one side and say, Quabia is a terminating contract here from year 1 to year 10. No, as I bent to a total of 93 million between year 1 and 12 million to 93 million. No, besides, now the antenna termination charges no also same contract in figure.
The representative of the minority also lamented the legal contentions ongoing between the incoming vendors and their predecessors, GCNet and West Blue, on copyright infringement, pointing it as one of the many reasons the country should cease to engage UNIPASS.
Company Fufra from on UNIPASS no money ban. Yeah, can say GCNet in West Blue. The Omako court to say omo copyright no more violating into your court or more air tries or more stop work. Now you can once a mere court is a court to see Eka say GCNet no crash some of contract here is the amount. Your port is getting a busy day.
Let's take a look at some international port and maritime news happening around the globe. Thousands of passengers and seafarers employed on cruise ships are still stranded at sea as ports deny vessels the permission to dock amid restrictive measures adopted to contain the spread of the coronavirus. The cruise industry giant Carnival Corporation has been hit hard by the ongoing pandemic, forcing it to cancel sailings and deal with an increasing number of infections on boarded ships, including Diamond Princess, Grand Princess, as well as Zandam, Costa Luminosa, Costa Magica, and Costa Fabulosa. After several days struggling to find a port to dock, Zandam has started disembarking passengers in Port Everglades, Florida, while Costa Magica and Costa Fabulosa are currently working with the U.S. Coast Guard to facilitate medical evacuations, and both vessels are anchored near the port of Miami. However, in the majority of cases, after the passengers disembark, crew members are left on board cruise ships. Peter Sand, Chief Shipping Analyst of BIMCO, an international shipping association representing ship owners, says Saudi Arabia's decision to flood the market with crude oil at a time when demand is in doldrums amid coronavirus pandemic is about to create a massive supply-demand imbalance. Data from the U.S. Energy Information Administration shows liquid fuels production and consumption will be imbalanced during March of 2020, with total production estimated at 102.2 million barrels per day in second quarter, compared to estimated consumption of 100.3 million barrels per day, implying an inventory buildup of 1.9 million barrels per day. Most of it set to take place in April for as long as Saudi Arabia keeps production elevated.
Here's innovation from Goyle that takes you further. New Goyle Super Synthetic 5W20 and 5W30 lubes have been expertly crafted with the latest in liquid engineering technology, highly advanced for modern engines, prolongs oil change intervals, save you fuel, clean, protect and enhance engine performance. The way engines work has become complex, and Goyle has innovated to stay ahead. Expertly crafted lubricants that work excellently with all petrol and diesel engines of today. New Goyle Super Synthetic 5W20 and 5W30 lubes. Innovation that takes you further. Goyle. Good energy.
Oh, how are you?
Hi Yvonne, a few words please. Everyone is talking about the fire at your production house last week. How are you holding up? Has production stalled?
No, not at all. My crew and everyone on my set is perfectly fine because I insure with Serene Insurance. As a matter of fact, I've had all my equipment replaced, including the vehicles that were affected. My workers have been sorted out. Even my production downtime has been covered. So it's all good. I have a meeting to attend to, so I have to get going. Sorry about that.
Which insurance company did you mention?
Serene Insurance, the new face of insurance, a member of First Sky Group.
Ghana ye yenya yasase o my kesia ye kan ye hobom ye adwumaden ye beye kese pa ye to a ye tuatua ne da no ene ne ye sisi suku adan ne ayaresabia ade bi yi akwan am ye nya asetena pa ene ne papi eto bi te say withholding tax, income tax, excise tax stamp ani afoforo pi wo ho a ebia na wo mu nsem bi safa de wo sawutua nkasa ho enu nti ne ye wo ho ma wo ne se ye beboa wo eto aketua bia boa mesra wo boa ne empagya
It's time for the schedule of vessels berthed at the port, those at anchorage and those expected in the coming weeks, plus the Bank of Ghana exchange rates, which you need to know to clear your cargo with. This brings us to the close of this edition of Eye on Port. Thank you for watching.